Cooling, cooling. Ain't this how Jalen do it? He be like,
Exactly. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Aftermath. Welcome to the Eagles defeat the Chiefs. I'm your boy who needs to drink a lot of water today. Your boy, Missy Miss Cool Cat on YouTube representing the Birds. We got my guy King DV in the building. What up, King?
We 9-1, bro. We 9-1. A lot of people were saying through this gauntlet that we weren't going to do what we doing. We're 2-0 in the gauntlet because I'm counting the Cowboys win. So we won this game. We home for 2 games. One of those games we're going to be at. I'm excited about that. But yeah, we 9-1, bro. 9-1. How we feeling about it?
Let's talk about it. What's up, Smitty?
I'm cooling, man. I was listening to Smitty. That's why I had muted. He the one getting interviewed. You know what I'm saying? And he was telling them what happened. Like they played a lot of single high, a lot of mixed exotic coverages. You know what I'm saying? Where it looked like cover 2, but they playing, cover 3 with a back end overload blitz. Stuff like that. So I've seen it though. You know what I'm saying? Spagnuolo is good with that. But I think I like the outcome of that game, even though it was nasty, it was ugly, it was everything you don't want as a fan when you're watching the game. But if you really think about it, right, who gonna call a better defense than Spag just called against us? And then Sean Desai comes out in the second half, like I told y'all, he the man off the movie. Defense on me. I don't want to see him gain another yard. Zero. We gave up in the last 4 weeks combined in our last 4 games 12 points in the second half. 12. Two of those games was 0. Y'all keep sleeping on my defense, bro. I hate that it worked like this. Me and DV had the conversation on inside the nest multiple times. I do not like the shift at halftime. I would prefer it to be earlier, but thank you, God. Sean Desai is not an imbecile. He changed the defense. He did not get exposed. And yeah. I'm glad Valdez Scantling can't catch. Or Watson. But what I told you, Cool Cat, before we took the lead or anything, right before the half started, what I told you, I said, look at these people that's in here right now.
Yep.
And watch when we win the game, how many of them there? How many was there when we left?
27.
6?
27.
I was just going to say 26. What was there before? 50? Come on, bro. They all here to watch us die? Do it make you mad when I fight? Huh.
While we know how to win, though, like that's our character. That's where I'm at with it now, man. We 10 games into the season. Our character is like, we know how to win games, regardless of how awful one side of the ball is playing. And then we're winning ball games. This game could have easily went left, but it didn't. It bounced into the Eagles' favor. We got away from the run. It was a lot of things to get into. But right now I'm just riding the high that we're 9-1. We were able to shut down Patrick Mahomes in the second half, regardless of the blown coverage. And Scantling just dropping the pass. That was a blown coverage. But besides that, it was crazy, man. We was down 7-17 at halftime, bro, and they didn't score another point. Not another point. You had a drop by Kelsey. Kelsey, all people. Kelsey had a drop. You know, Hassan Reddick, 8.5 sacks. You know, like we got to talk about all the positives, man, before we start digging into and critiquing what's going on. Let's talk about the positives, man. You know,
Go ahead.
Milton Williams, before he went down with a concussion, you know, he was having a game. You know, DeAndre Swift, I don't even know why they took the ball out of his hands. He was having a game. You know, our offensive line wasn't sharp at all. Don't get me wrong. They weren't sharp at all. But Jalen Hurts, when besides that pick where it was a miscommunication, besides that, Jalen Hurts did what Jalen Hurts do. You know, regardless, man, we got 2 rushing touchdowns out of him, and Smitty with a bomb. You know, he caught some great passes tonight, man. You know, he was the number one tonight. You know, AJ Brown was probably getting doubled. I feel like he was getting doubled because I've seen a couple plays he was getting doubled. But our offensive line was atrocious. Like, you know, I don't know if they were getting confused on the blocks. Our linebackers didn't really play too well. They didn't play too well. They were showing too many of what they were doing. So Patrick Mahomes was like, you know, between the 20s, was chewing us up. Period. But overall, man, I'm just happy that we got out of there with a win. You know, nobody really can't say too much. We went into Arrowhead. You know, they said that was the one of the top, well, basically top 3 places that you want to play. We went into Arrowhead while it was raining. Had an awful game on the offensive side of the ball, but the defense showed up at the end of the day. This is a 53-man team, so it's not just on one side of the ball. And I'm just happy that we got out of there with 9-1.
Yep. So let's talk about it. The Philadelphia Eagles defeated the Chiefs 21-17. King TV, we'll start with you. Your initial reaction to this game.
Hassan Reddick. We just talked about this off camera. Hassan Reddick, Bradley Roby.
Yep.
I gotta put Byard in there because he did have the interception. And then also Devontae Smith. Those 4 guys. Oh, and DeAndre Swift. You know, he had some good runs until they took it out of his hands, which I didn't get. But those 5 guys were balling all night. All night. You could put Hassan Reddick in there too as a 6th man. But they've been balling. They was balling all night, man. This was their game, man. It was a grind out game, and we just found a way to win, man. This is who we are.
Yep, Smitty.
How many you gave out? DV?
Huh?
What you was giving out game balls just now?
Yeah, go ahead. Who got the game ball?
Oh damn! I heard him say so many names. I was like, I was trying to say the same one. I was trying to switch it up. Okay, well I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Obviously Smitty. I mean, I said that before we started. So Smitty, obviously. DeAndre Swift, definitely. Byard, Roby, and Reddick. They play some good ball today, man. We came in, you know, all day, bro. They made me rewatch the Super Bowl like 3 times today.
Mm-hmm.
I was upset. I'm like, dang, bro, I'm not finna watch ESPN no more. Every time I turn back, they playing some type of dramatic, cinematic video of the Eagles in the Super Bowl and us losing. We made it look good today, man. I can't even lie, man. I'm surprised, man. Like, to see that this man went 24 for 43 for 177, 2 touchdowns and an interception. What do aggravate me right now, though, is Pacheco. Is this man gonna be the new Zeke?
Hey, bro. She in the chat, bro.
Who? Shakira!
Who?
I ain't even look over there yet.
Shakira!
Hey.
What up?
You don't understand the joke, Cool Cat. You have to listen to Gucci Man to understand the joke. Gucci Man is one of his ad libs. He be like, lemon.
So let's go ahead and give out
Right?
They ain't gonna do a rock. They ain't gonna do a rock until we get a rock. You hear me?
This stuff is wow.
A big rain with a rock on it. Super Bowl.
Jalen Hurts in this game on a scale of 1 to 10, he was
Jalen Hurts. Let me give him a cool 6. Cool 6. He wasn't great in this game throwing the ball. He wasn't great throwing the ball, whatever. But when we needed the big plays and all that, he showed up. It would have been lower than this, honestly. But he took the chances that our defense gave him, and he made just do. He came back, won us the ball game. He grinded out in a hostile environment. That's all you can ask for of a leader. But at the same time, man, I just didn't like the fact that him and Jason Kelce was not on the same page with play changes. I did not like that at all, man. But we overcame that as well. So yeah, 150, 14 for 22. He had one interception, didn't have a touchdown, but it could have been a touchdown, but he got stopped short. I'm talking about Devontae Smith. But overall, man, Jalen Hurts showed why he was the leader of this team down the stretch. And, it was a great win. Great win.
Yep. Smitty?
I'm gonna give Jalen Hurts a 7.5. I mean, I'm looking at the stats right now. It don't look the way it looked when I was watching the game, probably because I was on edge, sitting on the edge of my seat, sweating bullets, trying my best not to lose my composure live. But I'm looking at it now. 14 for 22, 150, interception, 12 carries for 29 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like, and some of those touchdowns was huge. Like that one rushing touchdown off the draw, that was a huge touchdown for them 10 yards, bro. That was one of the biggest touchdowns of the game. And yeah, I'm matter of fact, I'm gonna change that. I don't even like 7. I'm gonna give him an 8. I'm gonna give him an 8. Solid 8 for me.
Negative.
I'm gonna give him a solid 8. I like, when you have nothing, bro. You in the middle of the desert, you got dry lemons, and you figure out how to squeeze me some lemonade. I'm gonna give you a little extra, dog. And we didn't have nothing going on offense. And Jalen Hurts really stood up and said, you know what? I'm not going down like this. I mean, but Chris, it was something he never seen. I don't know. I don't know if I ever seen it, but I haven't seen nobody play us like that. That was the best defense played against us ever in the last 3 years.
Facts.
So, I mean, as a young quarterback, I mean, people fail to realize my quarterback's still young. It's stuff that hasn't been seen. He didn't see it. They made it look one way. That's kind of how he almost, couldn't get no rushing yards. But our offensive line didn't do any help. You know what I mean? So looking at the totality, I'm gonna give him somewhere between a 7.5 and an 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a 7. He didn't play well, but he ran enough to win us this game. So I'm gonna give him that. Man. Whew. So all right, let's go ahead and give to the playmakers. Let's start with the running backs outside of Jalen, because we did him. Swift, Boston Scott, and don't get me started on Kenneth Gainwell. King, what grade would you get? What you got for the running backs?
Crazy to grade them here because we witnessed they just start taking the ball out of Swift's hands. Like if Swift kept carrying the rock, he would have had over 100 yards. The game would have been time of possession would have been a little bit better on our side. But if I had to give a grade, I would say, not including Jalen Hurts, you got to go with a 7. You got to go with a 7 because of what the coaches did. You know, if they kept the ball rolling, hey, it would have been a higher grade because DeAndre Swift was having a day. He was having a day. And I don't understand. Look, they was giving up 4.6 yards per carry. He
Hey,
averaged
DV,
6.3.
quick question. Have you seen that interception
So
again?
that's what I'm saying. That second,
Have you seen that interception again?
yeah,
Why didn't
yeah.
AJ come back to the ball, bro?
I'm looking at NBC Sports
Why
Philadelphia.
didn't
I'm
AJ
looking at
come
that
back to
right
the
now.
ball?
You said
It
what?
looked like AJ didn't come back to the ball.
No, because he was trying to make his own route. That's why I said it was a misunderstanding on that interception. He was trying to make his own route and go out, but then when he threw it, that's when he was like, "Oh, I got to make a play." It's cool though. You know, the frustration is there, man. We won the game, but at the same time, I got to give them a 7 as a whole. I don't know why Kenneth Gainwell was in the game. He only had 1 carry, 1 yard. Boston Scott had a better game than him. I barely saw him often. You know, but at the end of the day, the running game didn't do well. The wide receivers, you got to scroll down a little bit. Cool cat.
Yeah, I know.
Wide receivers.
Before you do, Smitty, you got anything on the running backs quick?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go. I don't care about Gainwell. He didn't do nothing. Boston Scott 2 carries, 8 yards. That's pretty decent. I mean, that's considerable. I like that. Jalen Hurts 12 carries, 29 yards, 2 touchdowns, 12-6. Yeah, I'm gonna give him probably a 9. You know what I mean? It was a collective. I didn't really care about Gainwell getting in the game. I appreciate it if he stayed off the field. If they somehow left him in Philadelphia in the locker room and didn't take him on the bus or the plane or however they get there, he's no benefit to the offense. He still is no benefit to the offense. He had what two touches for 5 yards. It didn't help, but I told y'all it was going to be an extra dose of DeAndre Swift today, and I felt like he should have gotten, just like DV said, more carries. He should have had 16 or 17 carries, maybe even 20 carries, how he was running that route.
Yep. So go ahead, King. You wanted to do wide receivers, and go ahead.
So with the wide receivers, I'm happy that Devontae Smith actually had a day. Mad that we didn't get a passing touchdown, but it's said how the Chiefs were playing us. I felt like that AJ Brown was getting doubled. They was being physical with AJ Brown. They was frustrating him. You know, that's the one thing about AJ Brown. Yes, he's a great talent, but you know, he allowed the play of their secondary to take him out of the game. DeAndre Swift being in the passing game is awesome. Like I think that they should go to that a little bit more. Because that counted as a run according to Nick Sirianni. The tight ends didn't really do too much. You know, you had one tight end. They said that he was out for a concussion, but then I just got a tweet that he just left the locker room in a walkie boot. So I don't even know what the injury is to Calcaterra, but nevertheless, I gotta give the wide
Well, they said he
receiver
was out
group.
with an ankle on TV.
No, first they said a concussion on Twitter. I'm talking about Twitter, not TV.
Oh, the TV said foot. The TV said ankle.
Okay.
It's probably a high ankle sprain, probably.
I gotta get a wide receiver like I'm gonna give him an 8. I'm gonna give him an 8 just because of Devontae Smith alone. He made some huge plays down the stretch. And I just can't get mad at the offense for driving the ball down the field to get us in scoring range to take over the game.
Smitty?
Shit. AJ Brown 1 catch for 8 yards is ridiculous. Sheesh. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna give Smitty a 10. I'm gonna give DeAndre Swift a 10. Everybody else can get 6. I mean, it was just, to me, it seemed like nobody was open. Nobody was giving my quarterback the opportunity. And when he did get open, he was under fire because our offensive line just wasn't there. So we got to wake up, man. We got to play a little better. But I'm glad to see, we got 2 number ones, like we always tell people. You know what I mean? When one can't step up, the other one can step up. So I'm glad of that. And on to the next one. To me, shit. I mean, I know I got a couple more shows to do this week before I actually move on, but it's time to think about, the Bills.
Yep. We'll talk about them in a few minutes just to, waste time. Defensively, on a scale of 1 to 10, they did some whoo. So on a scale of 1 to 10, King, what we talking about with the defense?
Defense made some great plays, man. Hassan Reddick had a sack in the second play of the game. We was excited about that. Second play of the game, man. Bayard with an interception. You had Milton Williams out there stopping the run. Jordan Davis out there stopping the run. Jalen Carter up there being disruptive on certain plays. Certain plays he did get beat. But that happens when it's slippery, the rain and everything like that. The secondary as a whole, I was like frustrated with, besides the Bayard thing, because he did have some plays like that touchdown that shouldn't have happened. He should have stayed with that guy. But overall, man, you got to grade the defense on the whole game, and you can't take away that the Kansas City Chiefs did not score a point. Besides the scare of what could have been. So I got to give them a 9. I'm gonna give them a 9. They played a great second half, like always, and they stopped them when they needed to. We had some type of scares with BG jumping off sides, things like that. But I felt like overall the defense held their own and gave our offense opportunities. So I got to give them a 9 on that because this was their game.
Smitty?
10 plus, 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 plus. I'm looking at the Chiefs right now, right? They don't got a receiver over 55 yards. They got one rusher, 89 yards. And then everybody else under that is 20, 14, and 7. Patrick Mahomes hit us for 38, which I said on Monday was going to be an issue. Remember? DV, I said it, right? I ain't tripping, right? I did say it, right? Out loud.
No, you did. Out loud.
So I'm gonna give him a 10. I want to make sure, sometimes I'll be a little bit further out there than I think I do, so I don't be remembering. But like to look at that and see 53, 44, 42, and 12, that's their top receiver numbers. Like, I got to give you a 10. And then to know, yeah, you gave up 17 in the first half, which I also said out loud. And we give up 20 points in the first half, you shooting yourself in the foot. But to give up 0 in the second half is all I can ask you for. Like, if you're going to give me a chance to win the game, time in, time out, I asked on this live for him to show me that he wasn't Jonathan Gannon. He showed me a few times he wasn't Jonathan Gannon. And he didn't see what I liked about Desai, right? He didn't put, and when the game was on the line, he didn't put anybody in a predicament to get a penalty or to get any type of trouble. He gave the defensive line the opportunity to go get him. He said, you know what? We in a position now where I'm gonna play the back end, but I'm gonna send it on the front. Like the last 5 or 6 plays, he was bringing 6. He was like, that's how he almost got the big play. He bringing 6. He said, look, we're gonna man up. We're gonna play 3 yards off the ball, and you're gonna get your best work. And I appreciate that, man. Like Sean Desai, I mean, thank you. You know what I'm saying? I told people, he had extra experience. He was with Pete Carroll. He brought some of that Pete Carroll defense today. That's something you only see Pete do. Where he like, look, I'm gonna let my defensive linemen go do what they do, and then I'm going to let my back end save me. That's some Pete Carroll stuff, bro. I watched Pete Carroll defense for a long time. I used to be a small USC fan. That's how I used to play it. He gonna send it up front. He gonna send 6. He gonna send 5. He gonna send 7. He gonna match up 1-on-1. He gonna say, "Beat me." Sean Desai said it, and you didn't do it. You had one opportunity, and your receiver looked like he had ate a bucket of popcorn before he came back on the field. It was a good game. Do I think we run the table, bro? I hate to say this. I hate to hit you with the Jalen Hurts, but I just want to go 1-0 again next week.
There you go. Yep. I'm with
you. What you thought I was going to say, DV? I'm a 1-0 type guy.
I said 1-0. That's what I just said.
I thought you were telling me, like, nah, don't do it. Like,
no.
I said 1-0, man.
If you give me 1-0 every week, it's good with me. I'm giving the defense a 10 in the scale.
Hey, look, 1-0 every week until you send me until you send me to the off season. You know what that would mean, right? Give me my third, but 1-0.
All I'm doing is Beyonce. I'm not doing nothing else. All I'm saying doing is Beyonce. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead to the coaching staff. Brian Johnson, Will McClay, if y'all want to add him, and Sean Desai. King, start us off.
Hey, look, somebody just brought it up though. But what happened to Travis Kelce though? I thought he was gonna murder us.
You know what happened.
Hold on, let me check this again.
I'm a little tired right now, but I know what happened.
7 for 44.
Anyway, you said the coaches, bro.
Go ahead, King. Yeah, coaching.
As a collective or individually?
If you want to do individual, whichever one you guys want to do, go ahead. Knock yourself out.
Because Brian Johnson gets a 5 for me. He gets a 5 for me because he started out the game good. And then it was just like, what are you calling, bro? What are you calling?
Yes.
But Nick Sirianni got a hand in it too. Nick Sirianni has a hand in it too. So I can't like put it all on Brian Johnson. That's what I'm saying. When stuff is not going good, he tried to, mix it up. So he could have just tried to put it in Jalen Hurts' hands. This is why you've seen them quarterback draws. Yes, it did work for a touchdown. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, the dude just got good. We didn't have to do that there. But, if it's short or if Jalen Hurts fumble, then we're looking like, what are we doing? But he scored there. So, to each his own. Sean Desai gets a 10 for me. He gets a 10 for me. Sean Desai did not disappoint this game. He basically made that adjustment on Kelce quick. After that first catch he had, he made that adjustment, and Kevin Byard was on his most of the game. And this is why you didn't see that. So then when he was free and he heard them footsteps of Kevin Byard, he dropped the ball. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people going to try to sugarcoat this, but no, that Eagles defense showed up. That pass rush showed up. I kept hearing all night, 5-man rush. That's not the answer to everything, bro. You got to trust the process and the scheme that's cooking up. It's frustrating at first because we don't see a lot of blitzing. We don't see none of that, but this is not the type of defense Sean Desai play. You got to know the football team. You just can't call out things that we're not doing and think is right. I digress. Special teams. Covey had some good returns. So I'm gonna give special teams like a cool 7 or 8. I'm leaning towards 8. But they had some good returns, got us in some good field position, man. But it's just the offense was a little sluggish.
Man, I gotta give Covey a 10, bro. Special Covey played better today than he played all of last year in one game.
Yeah, he did.
Bro, think about this.
He did,
He
but
had 3 punt returns where he put us 40 or better.
Bruh. But I'm not
3
just
of
talking
them.
about that. I'm not talking about that, not to cut you off. But I'm talking about like they returning too. Like the Tony return. Like I'm thinking
But
about
that wasn't
special
that
teams.
wasn't on our coach though. That's on the niggas that wasn't tackling. My bad. But that's on them not tackling. They didn't grab or nothing. They just letting Buddy just like dang. Okay, but back to what I was saying. Sean Desai, obviously I'm somewhere in that 10 range with DV. He did his thing in the second half. He performed well. He called defense down to the T. Even though I was on the edge of my seat, I say about Jalen Hurts all the time, like, you ever be like confident the win coming? Like, I was like confident that Patrick Mahomes was going to like do us like last. I had a couple of flashbacks, like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, right.
Here we go. Right. And then I'm like, this ain't Jonathan Gannon. It's Sean Desai. So, apologies on that one. But yeah, we moving on to the offense. Brian Johnson really kind of ticked me off. I snapped a little bit on him because you have a for sure first down on 3rd and 1. You could easily just do the easiest play, the 97, 98% play we've been running all year in the brotherly shove, and you run a RPO with what? And they're blitzing like every down. So obviously you know the blitz coming. But it was a good game, man. Special teams, I'm gonna give them probably in totality, I guess I'll give them like an 8. I'm gonna give Brian Johnson a 10, a 7. And I'm gonna give you know what? I gotta put somebody in here, man. Jeff Stoutland. I gotta give him a 6 today.
Yep.
I've never wanted to give him a grade ever in life, but my offensive line looked unprepared. They looked out of place, and they wasn't. Even though people want to say, "Oh, Jalen Hurts pre-snap wasn't great," there's other people that have eyes. You can see the man coming. It was one time where Jalen has to escape out the back end, right? He escaped out the opposite side, and I look. And Cam Jerkins ain't barking nobody, but it's a free man running. So Jeff Stoutland, I know you're gonna get it together, but I'm gonna need you to do that because Ed Oliver, Von Miller, they finna be trying to do the same thing that Chris Jones and his brothers just came and did. But yeah, so I gave everybody a grade. Okay, yeah. So
yeah, Brian Johnson for me gets a 5. Sean Desai gets a 10. Will McKillay, I'll get.
Yeah, I think he froze, bro.
Hey, look, the only reason I didn't give Brian Johnson a low grade is because of the offensive line play. Like, it's hard to call plays when you're under fire. He said he froze in a bad way. I hope them.
Yeah, that face crazy.
Bro, he's stuck in the rose away.
Yo, that face crazy, bro. Like, that joint crazy, bro. Like you got dip and then come back in this joint. Like,
yeah, that's a wild freeze, folks.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Hey man, shout out to everybody in here, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Hit the like, subscribe to all our channels, man. We do this after every game, man. We like to, tap in with the people, man. We want to know how you feel, how it's going. Even when you're outraged after the Jets lost, we was here. You know what I mean? So we here, man. It was a good game. I know a few people had heart attacks. I think after the first half, after I got all the bye week jitters out. You know what I mean? I had a good ride, man. It was a good one. I hope everybody else did, man. Hey, look, if you're not subscribed, King DV, Smitty Eagle, it's easy to find on YouTube. We easy to find on Twitter, man. Like, subscribe. You can catch me and bro on Wednesday at 7:00. You know what I mean? And we, you know what I'm saying? Inside the Nest. You catch us every Monday, Birds of Broad Street. You can also catch me on Saturday at 10 a.m. the check down. But that's for the people trying to make a couple dollars. You know what I mean? Come out, you get your little football analysis, get you a couple dollars. But I think today prepared us. Jalen seen something he's never seen before. That's something I like to be able to put on tape. You know what I mean? When you sending shots and it's something I want to put on tape. I think it's a good situation. Now you bring the same defense again. Jalen Hurts is going to identify it. But I really think, listen, I might be wrong. A Kansas City fan might tell me I'm lying. I feel like they pulled out everything they had to try to get that dub. They was running Kadarius Toney at running back, Pacheco, Kennan. You had a couple plays where you tried to get Travis Kelce in early, and they really couldn't find what they was looking for. And then on defense, you was bringing everything in your mama house to try to get a sack, to try to get us off of it, and it really didn't look like it worked. I'm excited if we can get our best. If we ever play our best game this year, which we've been saying all year, if we ever play it, I'll be excited.
Yeah, right. I think the game plan for the Chiefs changed once they found out that Jalen Hurts was practicing without that knee brace, and then also I think it changed once they figured out that what they were doing on Kelce, so they to try to take a different approach, get Tony in the game in the backfield, get Pacheco in the game, and it was working for some time. But then we start tightening it up on the run defense, in the second half. Everything just started tightening it up to the point where they weren't able to move the ball. And then when you thought that they were going to, because they was fourth and third down. So I wasn't shocked that they were getting those conversions. But at the same time, once we stopped that, I was like, yeah, this is about to be a game. Especially when we cut it to 14-17. So this is about to be a ball game. We just need one stop, and as I kept saying it, and we were getting these stops back to back to back, and I'm like, yeah, we about to take the lead. As soon as that bomb hit Devontae Smith, I said, yeah, we about to run this in with the brotherly shove, and that's what happened. The best thing that you hit on it right on the nose when you first started talking, because he's on the screen right now. Jalen Hurts is going to peep everything that the Chiefs try to throw at him, regardless if it's the Bills, the 49ers, or the Dallas Cowboys. That's basically defenses that we go against that's supposed to be elite. We faced the elite defense tonight, and we came up superior. That's basically what happened. But Jalen Hurts is going to see all that and be like, look, I made this mistake before. I'm not going to make this mistake again. And look, we're going to adjust it here. Hey, that cornerback is not better than this cornerback. So I know that I could go to my guy. I know I can see this guy. A lot of people can sit up there and say Jalen Hurts missed people and everything like that, but you can't see what he see. Honestly, we look it on the screen. He can't see what we see. So we just got to put that into consideration when we're talking about what he basically didn't see. I think overall Jalen Hurts is going to learn from it. He's not going to have two bad games in a row. I guarantee he's not going to have two bad games in a row. So I'm just happy with the win. We're 9-1, and we just got to move forward. We got to move forward. Go into the link and get this done.
Yeah. So let's talk about Buffalo Bills preview and predictions.
Yeah, I think bro said something about Buffalo Bills preview.
So I think if we play like we played today,
I'm sorry.
Listen, next week we gotta have a spot, bro. We got to, DV. I mean, we just gave up what 30-some yards to Patrick Mahomes, and you going in to play a dude that's known for running the ball. He's gonna take his opportunity to run the rock. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to take any opportunities to give him any of those open lanes that we gave Patrick Mahomes today. But I think Sean Desai's prepared for that. If anything, I'm kind of used to it now. I think the first half will be more of the same. Him filling the game out, trying to figure out what he need to be, what he need to call. And then the second half will pretty much be stand-up defense. He'll be stout. I'm just hoping that, he comes out. And I heard Stu say earlier where the game plan goes the way he expects, where he able to come out, shut somebody out in the first half, and then you come out in the second half and tinker instead of having to fully adjust. You just tinker it. All right, look, we're gonna do a little bit more so we can stay, energized and stay in the mode.
Right.
I don't have a score prediction yet. But let me see.
It's too early.
Dig in.
We gotta get into this. We gotta get into this high, bro. We gotta get down off.
I think it's gonna be like something like, I ain't gonna lie. If I had to pick something right now, it'd probably be like 31-38.
Go ahead, King, quick.
The Buffalo Bills coming to the link. I think we have a way better game than we did tonight. My final score prediction. This is the early score prediction because it's going to change.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 31-24.
Yeah. And guys, with that, it's late. We got to get work in the morning. So for King DV and Smitty, and it's your boy, Fly Eagles Fly, 9-1, go Birds.